Post-match interview here at Northwood following today's 3-1 victory. James, we'll start with you. Bit of a game of two halves for us today. I felt like we struggled with the conditions a little bit in the first half, and it was one of those where it was a tricky pitch, strong breezy conditions, so it was always going to be a tricky away assignment for us. But particularly at this time of the season, it's just about getting the job done, and we did that.
Yeah, we did. We said to the boys that was the main aim, because it was going to be a difficult game. You know, the conditions this time of year on the pitch didn't help matters really, but I think it took a little while for the boys to get into the game. If we hadn't conceded that goal at the time that we did, I think we probably would have gone in a bit happier at the first half, because we actually would have managed that first half well with the wind and the actual adjustment to the pitch. But that said, it is the same for both sides. Obviously, it's their home pitch; they're probably a bit more used to it. So it was just really pleasing the way that we then adjusted and performed in the second half to get the results. Like you say, at this time of year with 4 games left, the time of 5, that's we're playing it. It was just good to get the result.
Excellent stuff, Skip. And it was another example today of having a squad rather than a starting 11. I say that team, bar one, started the game aware last week where we were absolutely outstanding. Today it was more of a struggle, particularly in the first half for us. But once we make those substitutions, almost the impact straight away changes the tone of the game, and again shows the importance of having a decent squad.
Yeah, I mean, different game, different conditions, different pitch. So there was a massive difference between this week, last week. Part of our team talk was the fact that our best performances over the last month have been at home on a 3G, which is a perfect playing surface, and we've had a couple of tough away games where grass has been long, grass has been wet. Today it was bone dry. The wind in some of these away games has also made a big difference to the quality of football. So today it was get used to the conditions, and you're going to have to fight for everything. And I'll give Northwood their due. I mean, they got relegated last week, but today for 35-40 minutes you wouldn't have been able to say who was near the top and who was near the bottom. And if anything, they were probably winning the 50-50s. They were physical and they were playing a little bit of good football. So yeah, it was a very competitive game. But answer to your question, our bench was, in our opinion, was a lot stronger, and they've come on and made a big difference. So Temi comes on, and it shows the impact he's had, because he's come on with about 32 to go, scored 1, set up 2, picks up the man of the match award. So it's either based on he was that good for 30 minutes or everyone else wasn't particularly good for 90. But Bondi was superb when he came on. Billy came on, made it all look easy. Harry again didn't put a foot wrong, and Dave changed the shape in the second half halfway through. Personnel, but more personnel rather than shape. But we just looked like a football team. And you could argue they were 1-0 up, and they suddenly decided that was enough, and they were going to hold on, and that sort of played into our hands a little bit, because once you got the first goal, even though the second one came late, you did fancy us getting a second. But
there's still, again, that sort of game. You just alluded to the fact that we've been scoring goals for fun and playing some really good stuff at home, but today also showed the importance of finding a way to win. A, when not at your best, but B, when the conditions are not favourable for the type of football that we like to play.
Again, yeah. So, and again, they've done it in the second half, because at half time, you could argue that the fact that we're in 3rd place, and barring a miracle, we will be in the playoffs. Well, we are now, but before the game started, we were firm favourites to be in one of those top 5 places, and I think we played like that for a little bit. They had more hunger in us, which I don't like to levy at these lads. But the second half, I thought we just upped the game, and we previous weeks we've created chance after chance after chance. Today we haven't really created many chances until the last 20 minutes, and even they weren't clear-cut chances. I mean, the first goal's a scramble inside the 6-yard box. Alex has poached it. The second one, it's a long ball over the top, and Temi's strength and pace. Keep getting him mixed up with Pemi. And he's cut inside, and it's a great finish, and then the third one's a penalty. So again, it's just one of them. Win ugly, which is makes such a difference, and we go again Tuesday.
I say we've definitely been more ruthless in recent weeks. It's something that we've levied at the team maybe for a lot of the season is we've never been short of creating chances, but it's always about taking them. And I feel in the last few weeks we've certainly done that. We've been more ruthless in our goal scoring.
Well, previous weeks, especially the last two home games, we've scored early doors, and then you scored a second quite quickly. And then of course anybody who's played football at any level, if you're 2 or 3 up and you get a chance, it's a lot easier to score than it is if it's 0-0 or you're 1 down and you're chasing the game. So yeah, I think that's 6 league wins on the bounce, which we've never done at this level. And I think we deserved all those games. I think we deserved to win them all. Had a little bit of luck here and a little bit of luck there, but you earn that luck. So I've got no qualms with how we finished the game. Again, disappointed with the first half, but I'm getting picky now. You won 6 games on the bounce, and we're talking about a 45-minute performance, but we've still come in the game. So yeah, fair play, good credit to the lads.
Hey Dave, obviously with losses elsewhere, that does clinch the playoff place today. So is it a good thing or not that we've clinched that playoff place? I guess there is still that carrot of playing for home advantage in the playoffs. And how does it, I say, being a Biggleswade guy yourself, how does it feel? It's looking pretty likely that we're going to play Biggleswade Town in the playoffs.
I think it's been looking like that for a while. I want home advantage. We spoke I think before the holiday period, and said we set the task was to get third place, to get a home tie in that game. So if it's to be Biggleswade Town, to be Biggleswade Town. I mean, it'll certainly bring some people to come and watch it, which will get a big interest out of the ties. And yeah, we want a home tie of it. You know, if we can pick up a result on Tuesday, then probably leaves us needing a point or 1 win to guarantee it, I think. So that's really where we want to be. So setting the task. Thought it was going to, at half time a day, worried you're going to chuck away some points, but we turned it around and bring it on. It doesn't matter who it is. Any of the 4 will be tough, or the 3 that we get to choose. We're not going to obviously see Hitchin, so it's only ever going to be one of the other 3. And the one side that's had the Willow all season has been tame, and we've only picked up a point from the town. So we probably feel we've got some rights to wrong, or some wrongs to right.
But in terms of the actual clinching of the playoff place, there's probably the added bonus of winning today. Does that take the pressure off, or is it a case of we still need to continue that momentum? Obviously, the other carrot that we've got is, as Skip said, we've won 6 in a row now. So can we get to the playoffs having won 9 in a row?
I think, again, that's what we want to do. We'll obviously do as we normally do. We will change the side up. We didn't change it much today, and we'll change the side up. But we want the 3 more wins. We want to go into the playoffs being the form team. So that whoever we get, they fear us rather than us fear them. So, and at this present stage, we have to be confident that we can continue to run all the way through. That's where we are. We're real pleased where we are as a side at the moment, and we've still got 1 or 2 boys out, and 1 or 2 boys got minutes with reserves today. So, we're in a good place at the moment.
Excellent stuff, gents. Well, it's excellent. I'd say we came into the day needing 4 points from the 4 games to clinch the playoff place. We've done that. So the next thing is can we secure a home playoff semi-final place? So we are back in action on Tuesday against AFC Dunstable, and then our last home game of the league season is at home against Beaconsfield next Saturday. So we look forward to seeing you then, gents.
Thanks, Lee.